Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome again for our lesson today. So we are going to talk about the revision of chapter 1. Okay, so today we have revision for chapter. The lessons that we will cover in this lesson. So chapter 1, expressions, equations and inequalities. So we have lesson number 1, patterns and expressions. Number 2, properties of real numbers. Lesson number 3, algebraic expressions. And number 4, solving equations. Number 5, solving inequalities. And the last lesson number 6, absolute value equations and inequalities and expressions. Example: identify a pattern and find the next 3 numbers in the pattern. Okay, so here we have number 1, 2, 6, 10, then, and for the second one, for B, 3, 6, 10 and 15. So for the first one, add number 4, okay, to 2 we get 6, add 4 we get 10, so add 4 we get 14, add 4 we get 18, add 4 22. Okay, so this is the answer. And for number 2, 3, 6, so add 3 for the first term, so 3 plus 3 is equal to 6, then add 4, 6 plus 4, 10, add 5, 10 plus 5, 15. So now add 6, 15 plus 6, 21, add 10, 21 plus 7, 28, then add 8, 28 plus 8 is equal to 36. Okay, so add 3, then add 4, then add 5, and so on. For the lesson number 2, properties of real numbers. Example: compare the two numbers, use less than or greater than. So number 1, we have negative 4 and negative square root of 4. So if you see, we have negative 4 is less than negative 2 because square root of 4 is 2 and we have negative, so negative 2, and you know that negative 4 is less than negative 2. B, we have 9 and square root of 75. Okay, so we have 9 is greater than square root of 75. Expressions. What is the value of the expression for the given values of the variables? So here we have expression 3 times x plus 1 plus b minus 2. When we have x is equal to 3 and b is equal to negative 2, so find the value of this expression. Okay, so you can substitute the values of x and b here in the expression, then you can complete the operations. So first step, substitute the value of x. Here we have, instead of x we have 3, so 3 times 3 plus 1 plus negative 2 minus 2 is equal to 3 plus 1, it's 4, and minus 2 minus 2, it is minus 4. Then we have 3 times 4 plus negative 4, then 3 times 4 is 12 and minus 4, so 12 minus 4 is equal to 8, and this is the last answer, 8. Solving equations is lesson number 4. Solve the following equations. Okay, so we have the first one, 4x is equal to 8, multiply by the reciprocal of 4, which is 1 over 4, to get rid of 4, to let x be alone in this part, or you can divide it by 4 for all for both sides. Then we have 4x multiplied by 1 over 4, 4 over 4 is 1, so we get x alone, and here we have 8 multiplied by 1 over 4, or divide 8 divided by 4, which is 2. So this is the last answer. Okay, this is the last answer. If you want to check, substitute the value of x, which is 2, here. So 4 times 2 is equal to 8, and this is the correct answer. X minus 2 is equal to 3. So what should we do? Add number 2 here and add number 2 here. So we have x minus 2 plus 2 is equal to 3 plus 2. Minus 2 plus 2 is 0, so we'll get x alone. And here we have 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, so the answer x is equal to 5. If you want to check, 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. And here we have x plus 1 is equal to 0, so minus 1 here and minus 1 here. Okay, so subtract 1 from each side. Then we have x plus 1 minus 1 is equal to 0 minus 1. So 1 minus 1, 0, we have x, and here we have 0 minus 1 minus 1. And also if you want to check, minus 1 plus 1 is equal to 0. And here we have minus 1 or negative x over 2 is equal to 2. You can make cross multiplication, so we have minus x is equal to, then multiply by negative, okay, negative 1, then we will have x is equal to negative 2. Or you can multiply by the reciprocal of 1 over 2, which is negative 2. Then we have negative 2 times negative x, it is, and you have here, we can summarize 2 with 2, and negative with negative is positive, so we get x in this part. And here we have negative 2 times 1 is equal to negative 2, so we can solve it in different ways. Lesson number 4, we have solving equations. Solve the following equation. When we have 2 times x plus 9 plus 3 is equal to 7. So we have this equation, we have to find the solution of this equation. Okay, so starting with number 3, you have to get rid of 3 here, subtract 3 from both sides. So we have 3 minus 3 is 0, and here we have 7 minus 3 is 4. So we have 2 times x plus 9. Now you can distribute 2, so, or you can multiply by reciprocal of 2. So 1 over 2 times 2 is equal to 1. And here 1 over 2 times 4 is equal to 4 over 2, which is 2. So we have x plus 9 is equal to 2. Now minus 9 for each side. So we will have 9 minus 9 0, and 2 minus 9 is negative 7. So x is equal negative 7. Now solving inequalities. What is the solution of the following inequality? When we have this inequality and we have to find the value of x. So get rid of 1 first by subtracting 1. So okay, subtract my 1 from each side. So we have 1 minus 1 0, and 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay, so we have also distribute minus 3 for each part of this expression. We have minus 6x positive, because we have minus 3 times minus 5 is positive 15, is greater than 4 minus 1, it is 3. So we have minus 6x plus 15 is greater than or equal to 3. Now minus 15 for each side, we will get minus 6x is greater than or equal to 3 minus 15 minus 12. And here we have divided by minus 6 and divided by minus 6, so we have x is less than or equal to, and this is the area, x less than or equal to, from 2 to the left to the minus infinity. Absolute value equations and inequalities. What is the solution of the following equation? Here we have another equation, so we have to find the values of x. Minus 3 minus 3, then we have 2x, absolute value of x plus 9 is equal to 4. Okay, so divided by 2, we have absolute value x plus 9 is equal to 2. Now we have x plus 9 is equal to, or x plus 9 is equal to negative 2. And here we have minus 9, so we have x is equal minus 7, or x is equal minus 11. And absolute value equation and inequalities. And this example also, we have to find the solution, solve each inequality, and then graph the solution. Okay, so we have 2 times absolute value x minus 5 is greater than or equal to 8. First step, divided by 2. Then we will have absolute value of x minus 5 is greater than or equal to 4. Now you remember that is the outside area. So x minus 5 less than or equal to negative 4, or x minus 5 is greater than or equal to 4. So plus 5 we have, okay, so we have x is less than or equal to 1, or here x minus 5 greater than or equal to 4. So yes, here we have x is greater than or equal to 9. So it's the outside area, and this is the graph of the solutions. X is less than or equal to 1 and x is greater than or equal to 9. Inequality you have absolute value of x minus 5 minus 3 less than or equal to 1. So add 3 for both sides. We will have absolute value of x minus 5 less than or equal to 4. Now this means x minus 5 between negative 4 and 4. So plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, we will get 1 less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 9. So x between 1 and 9, it is the inside area, interior area. Okay, so this is the end of our lesson today, and this is the revision of chapter 1 in algebra 2. Thank you very much for your listening. See you later inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.